Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Planescape Torment. Wir haben beim letzten Mal ja einiges an Informationen buchstäblich aufgesogen und da betraf ja einiges die Bronze Sphere, deswegen würde ich sagen, benutzen wir die jetzt mal. As you hold the sphere up this time and examine it, you feel the memories of the first of your incarnations stirring within you, but it is not an insistent or driving force. It is calm, like the thoughts of a man walking across a great distance to speak to a friend he hasn't seen in ages. As you feel his presence in your mind, you see the sphere in a different light, not as ugly or hideous, but as something precious, like a newborn child. The sphere is the repository of your last moments, before you met Revel on the grey waste and asked the impossible of her. You know why you ask her, and you know that all you need to do is touch the surface of the sphere with both hands and feel regret, and the stone will open itself to you. Clasp the stone and feel regret. The sphere wrinkles in your hands, the skin of the sphere peeling away into tears and turning into a rain of bronze that encircles you. Each droplet, each fragment that enters you, you feel a new memory stirring. A lost love, a forgotten pain, an ache of loss, and with it comes the great pressure of regret. Regret of careless actions, the regret of suffering, regret of war, regret of death, and you feel your mind begin buckling from the pressure. So much, all at once, so much damage done to others, so an entire fortress may be built from such pain. Try to focus, keep your center. And suddenly, through the torrent of regrets, you feel the first incarnation again. His hand, invisible and weightless, is upon your shoulder, steadying you. He doesn't speak, but with his touch, you suddenly remember your name. And it is such a simple thing, not at all what you thought it might be, and you feel yourself suddenly comforted. In knowing your name, your true name, you know that you have gained back perhaps the most important part of yourself. In knowing your name, you know yourself, and you know now there's very little you cannot do. The first incarnation's hand is gone from your shoulder, and he is watching you with a slight smile. That was my name all along? But if I was? The first incarnation holds his finger to his lips, silencing you. He nods at the symbol at your arm, as if indicating you should make use of it. Examine your arm. The symbol of torment, seems brittle somehow, as if it is only barely holding itself to your skin. Unconsciously you reach out and peel it from your arm. It gives way with a slight resistance, like pulling off a scab. As you hold the symbol, you know you can harness its power. It no longer rules you. I no longer wear the symbol. Does that mean... As you get halfway through your question, you realize there's a heavy silence within your mind. You can no longer feel the presence of the first incarnation within you. Take the symbol of torment.
I feel stronger.
This strip of flesh holds the symbol of torment that you have always worn. It peeled away from your arm when you realized your true name. The symbol no longer rules you, and you may harness its power to bring retribution against your enemies. Merely holding it and invoking its power will summon all the pain and suffering from your past incarnations upon your foes. Yo. Upsi. Sind wir ein paar Level aufgestiegen. Also, dann können wir ja noch ein bisschen Spaß haben hier. Okay, wir sind jetzt ganz anständig. Nicht wahr? Na gut. Dann wollen wir mal mit der guten Deonara sprechen. Before you is the ghostly form of Deonara. Her spectral gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. Her eyes rest on yours, and you feel a strange, disjointed sensation, as if you are looking at several pairs of eyes at once. Deonara? My love, at last I have found you. I searched for you after you were divided by the crystal. This fortress spans hundreds of miles, and I feared you were lost to me. Her ghostly eyes take your measure, searching your bodies for new wounds. Are you well? I think so. The crystal divided me, but I am one again. Now I am trapped here, however. I suspect trapping you here was the crystal's true purpose, but it poses no barrier for one such as I. She closes her eyes. Much do my eyes see, and the halls of this fortress are well known to me. If you are trapped here, my love, I shall see to it you are set free. Where is it you wish to go? I wish to speak to you for a moment and tell you how you died, and why. What are you speaking of? When I brought you to this fortress, it was my intention that you die here. I needed someone to remain behind so that they would serve as a link to this place. I knew because you loved me so much that your love would stave off death and allow you to become a spirit. And that is why you suffer now. Deonara's face is a mask as you speak the words. I am sorry, Deonara. The truth. Do you love me? If you say yes, my love, then nothing that has happened matters. Truth. I am sorry, Deonara. I do not. I never knew you. Perhaps if I had met you under different circumstances. Then, this shall be the ending of things between us, my love. I have remained here for you, for no other reason. I will help you one last time, then I shall travel beyond the eternal boundary, as I was meant. Then I will ask this last thing and leave you in peace. I am trapped here. Can you help me? If you are trapped here, my love, I shall see to it that you are set free. Ich denke, diese ersten beiden Optionen sind dieselben. I wish to go where my mortality is and recover it. As you wish, my love. She stretches out her hand. Touch my hand, and the walls of this fortress shall be walls no more.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Auf dem Dach. Hier sehen wir Valor. Grace.
All right.
Mord. Anna. Darkon. Alle sind tot.
So you have come. Then you shall die again. So you have come. You are unwelcome here, broken one.
What have you done to my friends?
Are they dead? Yes. Unlike you, they have but one life. And they wasted it for your sake.
They died for you as they always have. Such is the way of all mortal things. It is the fate of all that follow you, Broken One. You have forgotten much. Why did you do it? They tried to harm me, here of all places. I defended myself. In so doing, mortality claimed them. Their death were by their own hand. I gave them the opportunity to depart this place, but they seemed determined to help you, despite the cost to themselves. So you killed them. The tiefling girl was especially fierce in your defense. Her feelings for you burned brighter than Elysium's fires. And the Tanari, she was quite strong. Her tolerance for pain would have shamed the Bartizu themselves. I took no pleasure in their deaths. Then why did you do it? It was not my will. It was not I that brought them here. All of them had a choice, and they chose to die for you. It has always been the way of all that It has always been the way of all that follow you, for they are tormented souls, seeking a release, but they know not why. You have forgotten this, and you shall again. I know you for what you are. You are my mortality. Your armor, it is twisted like tree branches. Such things speak of Revel's magics. Yes, I am that which was split from you by the hag's power. I am that which walks with all life. My voice is a death rattle, a last breath in the throat, the whisper of a dying man. I have been freed from the prison of your flesh. Freed from me? The moment I was split from your cancerous shell, I knew life. I knew freedom. I shall not surrender to you. We were not meant to be separated, and the planes have suffered because of your separation. You know nothing of meaning and separation. Before your memory dies again, know that we were never meant to be as one. This shall be the last time you and I speak, Broken One. And there is something I would know, Spirit. I have traveled far, and there are many questions you can answer. I will indulge you this one last time, then this fortress shall be silent again. Then my questions are these. Ask your questions, but know you shall never remember the answers. You have done everything you can to prevent us from meeting face to face. Why? Do you think I fear to face you, Broken One? I do not. If you do not fear me yet, das fragen wir mal noch nicht. Wir müssen ja wirklich ein bisschen aufpassen, weil jetzt haben wir ja die, können wir uns mal so langsam entscheiden, wie wir das Spiel beenden wollen, mit welchem Ende. Das hängt hier sehr von den Dialogoptionen ab, die wir wählen. If you do not fear me yet, then you have one thing left to learn. For now, there are other things I would know. I may be immortal, but Revel told me the ritual was flawed. Whenever I die, I lose a fraction of my mind. In time, after many deaths, I shall lose the ability to even think for myself. It is of no matter. You cannot die. Your mind may be lost, but your flesh will live on. That is all that's needed. Needed? Why? We share a link, you and I, however small. I do not wish you destroyed, only far from me. If we are linked, then when I suffer, you must suffer as well. The weak suffer. I endure. So if I were to die, that link would be broken. You cannot die. Well, if I cannot die, then you can't exist. You are my mortality. Perhaps once, no longer. I have changed. I have transcended and become something greater. Very well. You said we share a link. Right, those shadows you sent against me, they never succeeded in killing me. But that was never their purpose, was it? They only kill me to make me forget. There's nothing in your shell of a mind that is of consequence, Broken One. Except one thing. From what the Pillar of Skulls told me, there were 3 that knew where you could be found and how to reach you. One was Trias, but he's dead. One's you, and the other is me. Once I forget, there's no one in all of existence who knows who you are and how to reach you. I see Time's blade has not bled your mind of all reason. My purpose was always such, to make you forget. But why? Because I never again wish to suffer your presence, Broken One. You are an irritation, a reminder of what life once was, and I detest such reminders. I wish to be left in peace in my fortress. As you have forgotten me, I wish to forget you forever. Very well. Wollen wir mal nicht reizen mit so Sachen wie du hast doch nur Angst vor mir. Das heben wir uns mal noch auf. Then this is my final question. What can change the nature of a man? The question is meaningless. Nonetheless, before there is an ending between us, I will hear your answer. Then this is my answer, and you are the proof. Nothing can change the nature of a man. If there's anything I have learned in my travels across the plains, it is that many things may change the nature of a man. Whether regret or love or revenge or fear, whatever you believe can change the nature of a man. Yes? Whether regret or love or revenge or fear, whatever you believe can change the nature of a man can. Then you learned a false lesson, Broken One. Have I? I've seen belief move cities, make men's stave of death, and turn an evil hag's heart half-circle. This entire fortress has been constructed from belief. Belief damned a woman whose heart clung to the hope that another loved her when he did not. Once it made a man seek immortality and achieve it. And it has made a posturing spirit think it is something more than a part of me. Your defiance will hurt you more than any wound in this place. Belief cannot change the nature of a man. Perhaps I shall put it to the test later. For now, there are other things I would know. Wir können ihm jetzt damit drohen, dass wir uns selber aus der Existenz wünschen, sozusagen. Aber wir wollen einen anderen Weg gehen. Is that why you sent shadows to kill me rather than trying to defeat me yourself? They never succeeded in killing me, nor will they. I sent shadows because they reach as long, yet it is my eyes that guide them. So the shadows can travel distances you cannot. There's nothing I cannot do. Yet you never traveled beyond these walls to fight me, only sent shadows. That is how a coward fights.
My energies are needed to sustain this place, Broken One, else it would be my hand on your throat with each of your deaths. I may not travel beyond these fortress walls for long.
I don't believe you. I think you're afraid to confront me, or else you are lying to me and there's another reason you remain here.
You know nothing.
Why is sustaining this place so important for you? If you are truly as powerful as you say, why would you want to remain here? There's nothing here.
It is my fortress. It is my home.
And what a home it is, too! Orchard for my regrets, with nothing but the shades of those we've murdered filling its halls, abandoned relics of the past languishing beneath dust, and the life-draining energies of the negative material plane to feast the eyes on. There are words for places like that. They are called prisons.
Every word betrays your ignorance, Broken One. The fortress is silent. All that comes here dies before intruding into my presence, and the shadows are quiet creatures.
I think you have to remain here along with the shadows and the ghosts, because that's what you become. I don't think you sustain this place at all. I think it sustains you.
I remain here by choice.
Really? So when you said you can't journey beyond this fortress for long, you were lying? And how is it possible that a fortress built from my regrets needs you to sustain it?
I will see you die 1,000 deaths for your insolence, Broken One. You are an intruder within these halls, and I shall see to it you never return.
Consider this. You say we are linked. So when I suffer, you must suffer as well. Perhaps you are trapped here because you suffer, but differently than I do.
What is this foolishness you speak of?
Is it possible that as I die the death of the mind, which each of my deaths, you die the death of the body? As I lose spirit, you lose substance. That's why you find it harder and harder to leave this fortress and travel beyond this plane. This fortress is not only your prison, it is going to become your tomb.
Impossible.
Is it? You said we were linked. Surely you felt your body wane over the past century. You even carry the branchings of Gravel's frame over yourself, and you detest her, but you need the frame over your spectral form to prevent yourself from decaying faster.
Even if there were truth in your words, there's nothing to be done. I would sooner die the death of the body here in this fortress than suffer existence with you.
But why choose that slow-crawling oblivion when we have another solution? If you and I were to be reunited, both of us would cease suffering. We would become whole.
I do not wish to trade one oblivion for another. I do not wish to inhabit your shell, Broken One.
Doesn't have to be oblivion. Who knows what will happen if we become whole? Perhaps you shall be yourself, and I shall be the one who dies. Or perhaps the two of us will become something greater than the parts.
You know not what you speak of. If we are reunited, then it shall be an ending. There shall be no future for us. We shall go on to further torments. I know this.
Then we shall confront these torments together as one being, and we shall defeat them.
Know that if we become one, we shall suffer. There is too much of the nature of the first one in us for us to be saved. We shall be damned.
Then we shall take the battle to damnation itself, and we will become free again.
Know that I have always hated you, Broken One. When we are one, I will continue to hate you. When your shell dies at last, know that I shall take pleasure in your death.
I can live with that, and so can the planes. If we are cast low, then you shall know pleasure in my suffering. But it is better than you join with me and hate me Then we die slowly apart, with nothing but oblivion awaiting us.
Know that my hatred for you will unmake the plains. Prepare yourself. We shall be as one again until your last moments of life.
Before we do, what of my friends? Is it possible to save them?
I am mortality itself. The nature of life and death is something I know. Well, when we are one, my knowing shall be yours.
Da können wir sie, wenn wir das wünschen, wiederbeleben. Das ist gut zu wissen. Wir können hoffen, dass es stimmt. Very well, I'm ready to become mortal again. As you reach out with your power, Mort suddenly floats into the air. Hold up, Chief. You don't need to resurrect me. I was just kind of lying here, you know, listening to you two. You were feigning death. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm already dead. And, Chief, what happened to your voice? Ach so, die ist jetzt anders. Oh, Entschuldigung.
I am something else now. Time runs short, and soon time and fate will catch up with me. I will return you to Sigil, Mort, if you wish it.
What? Return me? What about you? Come on, Chief. I may be a coward, but there's no way I'm leaving you in this place.
Many are the crimes that were committed when my mortality and I were split. These crimes carry a price. You may not go where I will soon be.
Well, I could go with you anyway, Chief, if you wanted me to. I mean, we've been through wars.
Not this time. Perhaps one day you and I will meet again on another plane, but not now.
Not to get all misty-eyed, but, it's been a pleasure, Chief.
Farewell, Mort.
As you reach out with her power, there's a rush of air and Anna stirs. She raises her head slowly, then shakes it, confused.
Anna, are you all right?
Anna's eyes widen as she hears your voice. What happened to you? Your voice, it's like echoes, it is.
I have changed. I am something else now, and I cannot remain here much longer. I will turn you to Sigil if you wish it.
What? Anna opens her mouth and pauses. Where are you going?
Many are the crimes that were committed when my mortality and I were split. These crimes carry a price. There's a place reserved for one such as I on the lower planes. It is a punishment of sort.
But I don't want you to go.
I will not forget how much you were willing to sacrifice for me, Anna.
Anna nods. She looks like she's about to say something else, but then falls silent. But the unspoken thought remains in her mind, lingering.
I do not need your words to know your heart, Anna. Farewell.
As your power touches him, Darkon takes a staggered breath, then looks up weakly. It looks like he's barely clinging to life.
Awaken, Darkon of Shrugged Lore, last wielder of the Karak Blade.
As he hears your words, Darkon slowly nods.
Your voice. Have you at last come to know yourself?
Yes.
It was a difficult thing, and it cost many lifetimes. Many suffered so that I might know myself again. The knowing of oneself is a difficult path. In knowing it, I know where I shall soon be bound. Time and fate come here even as we speak, and I will not be here much longer. I will return you to Sigil, Darkon, if you wish.
Darkon falls silent for a moment. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp, as if severing a link.
Know that once I owed you a debt. Know that you saved my life, and know that I followed you to settle that debt.
I have paid for your life with mine. The debt is settled.
Very well, Darkon. Our two deaths were as one. You will leave this place with your freedom. As your power touches Fall from Grace, she rises dizzily to her feet. Even disoriented, she somehow manages to maintain her composure. Fall from Grace. Fall from Grace looks up and she holds your eyes for a moment. Then she smiles, but it's a slight smile that carries more sadness than anything else. Your voice. So you have found yourself at last. Yes, the price was high. The cost was many lifetimes, mine and others. The price of such a thing is seldom measured in copper. Far from Grace studies your features. Are you still? I am still the one you know, but my perspective has changed. I have not forgotten you, if that is your fear. Far from Grace smiles again, the same sad smile as before. No, that was not my fear. I cannot remain here for much longer. My punishment calls, and fate and time shall soon be here. I will return you to Sigil if you wish. That is not my wish. Fall from Grace reaches forward and her hand lightly touches your arm. There is a slight tingling sensation, barely felt. Then she takes it away. I will find you again. No matter where in the lower planes you will be, just as you shall be able to find me. It may be a long time. Where I am bound, time is not measured in years, and the crimes I have committed are stronger than any cage. No cage shall separate us, and no plane shall divide us. Far from Grace's face becomes like stone. Keep thinking of me, and we shall meet again. I shall not forget all you sacrificed for me. She shakes her head. Just do not forget me. Time lay waste to all things, but I shall fight it as long as I can.
Time is not your enemy. Forever is.
Perhaps so. Farewell, Grace. The slightest touch of your power seems to set a spark through Valor's armored shell. It rises into the air and refits itself into the semblance of a man. As the armor reattaches, two fires blaze within the helm. Arise, Valor. Valor's helm turns to you, his eyes pulsing like twin heartbeats. Valor, Justice's hand is swift, and it is coming for me now. I shall not remain here much longer. I will return you to Sigil if you wish. What crime has brought justice upon you? Many died so that I might live, Valor. The crime is great, and time and fate come for me even now. Let my words carry you. Justice is a teacher. In your punishment find strength. Through punishment you will achieve perfection. Perhaps so, Valor. I will think upon your words. Know that should you escape your sentence, I shall find you, nameless one.
The hand of justice shall not be stayed.
We shall not meet again, I think, Valor. I shall dwell in Justice's halls for a time, and the time shall not be measured in years. Farewell.
Ja, und da haben wir unsere Strafe gesehen. Der Blutkrieg. Ja, das ist das Ende von Planescape Torment. Eines der mehreren möglichen Enden. Entschuldigung. Oh. Also diese Stimme vom Transcendent One. Also, Tony J. Kann man ja nicht mal in Ansätzen nachahmen, aber allein schon der Versuch ist nicht gut für meinen Hals. Also ich werde mich kurz fassen. Planescape Torment, die großartigste Story, die meines Erachtens je ein Computerrollenspiel erzählt hat, ist zu Ende. Viele Fragen sind beantwortet, viele Fragen sind nicht beantwortet. Man hat also durchaus noch einiges, worüber man nachsinnen kann, so wie es sein sollte. Eines der besten Spiele, die je geschrieben wurden. Und ich kann sagen, dass ich mich schon ein bisschen auf den geistigen Nachfolger freue, wenn er denn erscheint. Und ja, mehr habe ich zu diesem großartigen Spiel auch nicht zu sagen. Ich bedanke mich für die Aufmerksamkeit. Falls ihr die vielen Stunden durchgehalten habt und zugeguckt habt, das ist das definitiv längste Let's Play, das ich bisher gemacht habe. Und wird es wahrscheinlich auch bleiben. Ich weiß gar nicht, welches Video das ist. Also es sind über 100 Videos, also es sind bestimmt 50, 60 Stunden gewesen. Also, wir haben schon ein bisschen Zeit investiert. Ja, also ich bedanke mich für die Aufmerksamkeit. Hoffe, es hat euch halbwegs gefallen. Mir hat Spaß gemacht. Einfach eines der großartigsten Computerrollenspiele ever und das spielt man immer gerne. Und ja, dann hoffe ich, dass wir uns bei einem anderen Let's Play sehen. Wünsche euch in jedem Fall eine gute Zeit und verabschiede mich. Also, bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.